Hi everyone. I hope that your month of beautiful integration has been a wonderful one. It was busy in our home, which it always is, because my husband and I both work and have the two kids to take care of, and we're taking care of running multiple projects, each of us, and by projects I mean jobs, careers. I'm not really sure how to phrase it, but a lot of people would call it side hustles, but really they're all the various businesses that we do. So it's been busy. And then, of course, with the holidays, as soon as the holiday season was almost here and our daughter's school schedule just kind of went crazy. They had a day off for the end of their first trimester, and then parent-teacher conferences. They had early dismissal, and then we had the Thanksgiving holiday. And I ended up getting sick not long before the Thanksgiving holiday, which, as I think about it, seems to be a trend. Over the past few years, it seems I get sick right around Thanksgiving, and I'm not really sure what that message is or if it's just the luck of the draw, but it really has helped. Things have started to consolidate in my world. There's more of that integration, as was promised, the energy of the integration. I've been working to forgive myself. I don't tend to carry grudges or to not forgive, except for myself. So I notice, if you remember the theme of November, it was beautiful integration, and we can have better luck there if we forgive ourselves. So I kind of feel like this illness was, I don't want to say a test. It was to see if I am practicing what I need to be practicing. And so I can honestly say that in these few days of illness, this is an illness that basically just struck me with lethargy, and so I've been completely wiped out. Sometimes having to take medicine, sometimes not, but always just completely wiped out, exhausted. I have been able to allow myself, because it has been a holiday, to mostly go with the flow and just relax and not push myself, so that I can so that my body can get better. And I can honestly say that I have not felt guilty about sitting back and doing nothing, which of course, I'm sitting back and letting my body do its thing. I'm, letting all of the energy go to where it needs to go to get over the illness. And so I've not been cooking as much for my family. We've been doing more leftovers, still healthy foods mostly, but leftovers, rather than always trying to make something fresh. I did cook on Thanksgiving because it was something I wanted to do. But anyway, in that theme of beautiful integration, I've been striving, although striving implies a lot of effort put in. I've been striving to not strive, I suppose, to beautiful integration, and so things have been moving a little bit better. Always in my mind, it seems this month, I've been focusing on my editing and managing work, as well as my Reiki practice and my intuitive work. And I've been preparing for a giveaway. I do 2 giveaways a year typically that I participate in, and I've been preparing for that. And so basically always, rather than having this day set aside for, these days a week set aside for my editing and management, and these days set aside for my energetic practice, it's really been a little bit of everything every day. And so that's that beautiful integration. Things are really starting to work together, more in my mind at least. And so I hope that you've been seeing that in your lives. I'd love to hear from you, if you to say if you have been experiencing that or not. And so this illness has come in, I think, to help test the waters to see if I really am okay with that, because I have been okay rather than push myself. So I think the illness has really kind of been a test, but then also not a test, more to allow me to implement that, to sit down and to let the energies integrate. I guess would be the thing. To let my life be. So I'm not trying to constantly chase this energy or that job or this job. And it's just been like, okay, sit here and be in the moment. Just be yourself. just be. And in those moments, when it's too hard to think, I love to read. I've been too tired to read, so I stare at a television or I meditate. That's pretty much it. Okay, so I think we're going to move on. That's enough about November. We are looking forward now. We've wrapped up. We've looked at November. So now we're going to look at the energies of December. So this week, whenever I've asked which oracle is going to speak to me, because as sick as I am, when I'm sick, I find it very challenging to connect on my own. And so I do honestly, I depend a bit more on the oracles for a little bit more help. And so this week I asked, and it's the Lakota Sweat Lodge cards that are going to tell us about the energy to expect in December. So the card that came up is card 35. So this is the energy of December. And forgive me because my pronunciation is horrible, especially with a cold. But Pejuta Wakan, or Pejuta Wakan, which is sacred herbs. So this card, the key word is healing. Sacred herbs are used for healing, right? And of course, if you're on this channel, if you've been to this channel before, you know that every month the energy preview that I offer is focused on healing, right? How can we best approach the energies of this month to heal ourselves? Because, and I use healing in that way, and it's kind of a broad term, but it's to help us. There's always something in ourselves that can be made better. And in my terminology, healing is to make ourselves better, to make ourselves more whole, to be more fully integrated. And so this month, the energy is going to be all about healing. It may be healing of ourselves or healing of others. The Christmas season, I know a lot of people, of course, this is not just, we don't have just Christmas. We have a lot of holidays, a lot of religious holidays that happen at this time of year. And I could go into a whole list of reasons that I think that is, but they all tend to coalesce. And part of that, I think, is that December is always a profound month, a profound opportunity for healing. If we keep in mind the reason for the season, to use a kind of pat and trite phrase, but I'm not just saying the reason for the Christmas season, but almost every holiday that lands in December gives us an opportunity to be better. And the point behind the holiday is to help make the world a better place, is to help build a better world, to help heal the world. We have a lot of hurts in the world, inside ourselves, inside of others, and this is always a perfect opportunity. The Christmas season, I don't profess to be a Christian, but I was raised Christian, and I've always liked the Christmas holiday, the Yule season, because it offers us the chance to, we start looking forward, but we can also reflect on the year that we've had, really, because it's the cold of winter typically in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere it's not, but it offers us the chance to really take these times of increased darkness and cold to stay inside, to turn inward, to reflect and to heal. And reflection, when we do it properly, reflection allows us to heal. We're not just dwelling on the past, but we're looking at the past and trying to or at ourselves, at our current state, and seeing what we can help, what we can improve in ourselves, to make us better people. And again, I'm being told that this is not just for healing ourselves. We may be healing other people, but think about what Christmas is. It gives us the perfect opportunity to provide gifts to others. And we're not talking some toy that you bought at a store, but a gift, an actual gift, a gift of soul to soul, heart to heart contact that actually enables healing. Because most of those things you get off a shelf, they're not going to help you heal. They're not going to help anyone else heal. They provide us a way to maybe help assuage our guilt or something, to say that we've done good. But to really heal, we have to really be willing to sit back, to maybe ask for help, ask a person, ask our spirit guides, ask God, So I'm not sure, some of you may know about Reiki and some of you may not, but when it comes to Reiki, a Reiki practitioner is typically calling in the energy of the universe, that's the Reiki, to heal what needs to be healed. And in the way I was taught is that the Reiki practitioner does not do the healing, does not do diagnosing, simply calls in the energy and focuses the energy and requests that the energy go where it is most needed. And that's what you're really doing in healing. I've heard a lot of people say it's the patient who heals. The doctor doesn't do the healing of the body. The doctor doesn't heal anything. The body does. The patient does. And that's what Reiki really focuses on. The practitioner, much like a traditional physician, is doing what the practitioner can, rallying all these various forces around that are available, these resources, and bringing them together, but then letting the body and the energy of the universe do what it does to go where it's most needed. And when you ask for help or when you offer help to someone, that can really, when you really focus on saying, keeping your ego out of it and asking what's needed and asking the energy to do what it needs to go where it needs to go, that's when the deepest healing really occurs. And so you might have some idea and you might say, heal me of my eating addiction, or heal me of this depression. You don't always know what the root of it is, for example, but when you ask for that help, and I'm saying here asking for help from another person, from God, from a physician, from an herb, from Reiki, from any sort of healing modality that you use, sometimes you just need to ask and then be willing to sit back and let things work. And you'll experience greater healing when you don't try to control it, because the universe knows better than we do. So one thing that the write-up about this card offers is that among the agents of greatest healing are self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, and self-esteem. Healing your belief system is the first step in healing yourself physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. And I think when it says healing your belief system, sometimes it's stepping back and saying, okay, can I really, your belief system being, am I really in control of this aspect or am I not? Because I think a lot of our Western society teaches us that we are in control of things, that we can control the outcomes. And if you really step back and look at things, you realize that you're not really in control of a lot of things. So a lot of healing can happen when you just step back and look at it realistically and say, I have no ultimate control here. I have control over what I do and how I react to a situation, but then everything is out of my hands. I think the best path to healing, honestly, in my experience, is to step back and look at things realistically and say, what can I control and what can I not control? So I think the best path for the greatest healing is to, in any situation, is to step back and look at things the best we can, and say, what do I have control over and what do I not have control over? And if I do my very best in this situation and the outcome is not what I want, am I okay with that? And to try to become okay with that idea, that even if you do your best, it's not always going to turn out the way you want it to. And it's not a giving up, but that is where healing really takes place, where you look at everything and say, this is what I can control. I'm going to do what I can do the best I can do with this, and then release it to the universe, to God, for the highest outcome. And in my opinion, that's the way the best healing works. And I think that using healing herbs, for example, or oils, or whatever you use, some people use essential oils, some healing herbs, some Reiki, some use a combination. And I think that's partly because all of these things, along with meditation, they're all different paths to the same goal. When you bring as many of them together as you can, as you are comfortable with, you get even better healing, even better results in general. And again, I think the ultimate goal of our lives is healing. It is to become more fully ourselves, more fully whole. our souls, ourselves with a capital S. So that we come to this planet, we embody and we learn lessons, and they are all to learn greater lessons and to become more like ourselves. I'm trying to synthesize years of reading in books into one statement, and that is not working well for me today. But I think we come to this planet, we have goals in mind, and sometimes we meet those goals, our soul goals, and sometimes we don't. But our goal is always to become better, to become whole. Whole is always the word. We get a variety of experiences through multiple lifetimes to give our souls the complete experience of embodiment, and we learn things when we are embodied that our soul cannot learn when it's not embodied. And that's the focus of this month, is healing ourselves and others. On that note, we always turn toward the Archangel Raphael healing oracle cards to see what we can really, the one thing that you can do more greatly benefit from the energies of healing, or from the energies of the month, and this month it happens to be healing. So let's see what the Archangel Raphael healing oracle cards have to say. As I'm shuffling these cards, I'm lighting up. And like, you can do all of these things because it's all about healing, right? So I think the message is that December, do whatever it takes to find healing. Everything about the energies of December is full of possibility for us to find our own healing and to help others heal. The entire month is going to be full of energies allowing us healing, opportunities for healing. Oh, that sets off alarm bells in my conscious mind. A month full of opportunities for healing. That's the inward part of me that groans, going, oh, because opportunities for healing. Generally, a lot of us can learn from not challenges, but a lot of humans, we learn best from challenges. And I've learned over the years that I learn a lot from challenges. I'm stubborn. I'm very, very stubborn. And so quite often I don't get the message unless it's hammered home several times. So opportunities abound this month for healing. Great. That's a little bit of my dark humor right there. Okay, so the card for December is Home Help. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for gifting me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, the angels, and others in matters regarding my family and home. So, remember, healing, sacred herbs, healing is the key here, right? And we may be healing ourselves or helping to heal others. Often, when we help to heal others, we are also helping ourselves. And when we heal ourselves, we're also helping the world, because when we are healed and more balanced, others resonate with that. They sense that in us. They're drawn to us. We start helping others as well. And it works the other way. We help others to heal. When we help others to heal, we find that healing as well, but then others are drawn to them, etc. Toss that pebble in the pond, the ripples go outward. You affect everything. So, home help. Ask. Be willing to ask for help. There are a lot of ways that this can be interpreted, so I leave it open to interpretation, because it's going to mean a little something different for everyone. It can be as simple as, if you're sick or if you're low energy, it's okay. Take some time for yourself to rest and let other people help if necessary. Let other people help you. Don't insist on having to do it yourself. If you're caring for others, again, don't be afraid to ask for help. And it goes back to this card. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask God, ask your guides, and opportunities abound. My guides are offering me a little bit of input, a reminder. Also, one of my favorite stories, I sent 3 damn boats. If you ask for help, be open to whatever form it may arrive in. Some of us ask for help, ask God for help, And then when an opportunity arises, we don't see it, and then we turn it down. And then another opportunity arises and we turn it down. Another opportunity arises and we turn it down. And then we say, well, why didn't you help me? And, there's an old joke that this guy, his house is, there's a flood, and everybody's, he prays to God to save him, and someone comes along in a boat and asks him, tries to take him away, and he says, no, thank you, my God will save me. And so the person in the boat goes on, and this happens 2 more times, right? And each time the guy says, no, thank you, my God will save me. And eventually he drowns, and when he meets God finally, he says, my God, why didn't you save me? And God says, I sent 3 damn boats. So that's something my guides pop up for me often, right? through my decade or so of intense learning. Help isn't always going to look the way you expect it to. So keep your eyes open for those opportunities for healing and for help. So the meditation offered for sacred herbs is, I give thanks to my little sisters, the healing plants. I recognize our relationship and honor their great and gentle work. And the prayer for home help, again, is, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, the angels, and others in matters regarding my family and home. So I think the overall meditation or prayer that will help us in December to really stay focused. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, from the angels, from my spirit guides, from our plant allies, from the nature spirits, for all of those who can offer us healing, our crystal allies and healing plants. I recognize our relationship in this great connected whole, and I honor the great and gentle work that we all embark on. For the greatest healing of myself and the planet and the universe as a whole, because we are all interconnected. Thank you, thank you, thank you.